An amazing banner coming to global for the World 16 celebration with a total of 9 heroes to choose from, including the new First Corp hero that we reviewed already on the Korean server last week. But who is worth your gems? A lot of you were already asking lots of questions, for example, if First Corp is better than Beth. So I know I'm not going to make many friends for this video because it is such a tough choice between all of them. All of them have some strong incentives in different content. So if I made any mistakes, or if you have a different experience or opinion about the order of priority and tier list ranking today, please share it with us in the comment section below. And here are the 9 heroes you will find on the upcoming banner. Aside from the First Corps, you will find Slayer Andras, Ogma, Beth, Hana, Destroyer Pymon is back, Miya, one of the best or the best support unit in the game, Future Knight, and Beach Sohee. For today's priority order and ranking for beginners and mid-game players, I have built 3 different categories from heroes that are too niche to specific content. So for example, a hero that is very strong in arena, but you won't use them in the Colosseum, in the raids, even in your story. So it's really investing in one unit that can cover just one content kind of, up to a heroes category that are much worth investing in my opinion, because they can cover much more content. So you invest in one unit that can help you, to progress in your raids, in your stories, in the co-ops, in the PvP, in the Colosseum at the same time. Once again, I got detailed breakdown videos. You can find my playlist if you want to for each and every hero, but today I'm gonna keep it very short. So let's get started with the first category, units that are too niche and has better counterparts. So here we start with Pymon the Destroyer. So Pymon the Destroyer is an amazing defense party leader. Once again, it doesn't mean that here they are bad unit. No, they are very strong, but on specific content. And Pymon, it's all about arena. Aside of this, of course, no use in the raids, not in the Colosseum either. And for all the other content, they are much better defense party leader for the PvE side of the thing. And same for Hana. She is a strong water DPS, amazing for your arena. I will say probably when I'm looking at the leaderboard for the PvP, and most of the time she will be, if there is a water unit, this will be Hana by far, because she's so strong against fire unit. So here, very strong. Aside of this, better counterpart. And next is Beach Sohee. When she came out, really strong here, basic hero, but Arena kind of took her spot in Arena. And for the Colosseum, actually, she's very strong too. But nowadays, since Ray's release, we have Parvati, we have Craig, and we have Beth. So kind of took her spot. But me, I believe she's still very good also to use there. But side of this, for all those heroes for the other content, they are much better counterparts. Now, the next category is solid heroes to invest in. And here we start with Slayer Andras. So a wonderful water unit for your raids. Especially, this is where she shined the most. We can see her in arena, for example. But I believe this is not optimal. You need a short map because a normal attack animation, it's kind of clunky. So you need short maps in order to be able to hit your opponent, charge up those crystals and increase her damage. But she's so strong in a range team for other type of PvE content. So here she's really a solid hero, especially once again in the raids. Now let's talk about Beth. A lot of you were asking about it. So here I would say that across those 3 heroes, I will place her above. For the simple reason is she can clear much more content. She can be useful and effective in much more content. Especially lately with Craig coming to, for example, the Colosseum. She became useful in Colosseum and it's very odd. But you can see on the top leaderboard for Colosseum all around, you can see, I did mention it, but the Craig, Ray, Parvati, Beth, or you have some other comp which include also Ogma and Miya, which we'll talk about later. So she is really versatile. She can still put some beating in arena. However, Lilith took a little bit the place because Lilith is a slightly better version, in my opinion, than Beth. For that, she offers much more team utility, but she can really rock also in the raids, in the melee team, in the expedition, and in the story. She's just a savage. So she's a very solid hero to invest in. Once again, it depends on your needs. If you're on the melee team, yes, she's very strong. And now we speak about the future knight. She has 2 weapons. The first one make her a weapon skill regen speed. I believe it kind of slightly better counterpart, but I put her there because now with the second weapon you have 1 unit and you can get 2 different type of party leader and skill and team utility. And with the second one, she provides some defense party buff, which can be very useful in some content. She's still rocking the PvE side of the thing, really helping your team to rotate their skill, dealing tons of damage. And yeah, I really love the future knight. I think she's pretty versatile. However, we won't see much in Colosseum anymore. We don't see much also as well for the arena, because on the weapon skill regen speed party leader with that weapon, she's kind of squishy, to be honest. I remember one-shotting her with a Garam, but however, she still remains an amazing unit in my opinion in terms of use. She can really help beginners to clear many content and help your team to just rotate skill, and with the tough stages you can change her and just switch out the gears, put on the second weapon, and suddenly you have an extra layer with that defense party buff that can really help your team to get through tough stages. And finally, the last category, the best all-rounded unit. So here a unit that can really, especially once again, beginner mid-game player that can cover so much content and can really fasten your progression like there is no tomorrow, and you can cover many content with them. I know Miya is going to be a topic. I will come back to her at the end. So let's get started with Ogma. So Ogma has 2 weapons. The first one is by far, in terms of versatility, content use, the best defense party buffer in the game. Of course, in Arena, you have Arena, which took the spot with Rosetta lately as a meta kind of, and she's really stronger to use as a defense party buffer. But aside of this, he's still rocking the top 100 in the Colosseum as a defense party buffer. Also in PvE for climbing the latest stage of the towers to help you in the story. It's just the best defense tank. His skill on his defense pool. The highest the defense stat, the highest sustain you create for your team. And this is absolutely priceless. So he remained such a strong defense party leader. But with his second weapon, suddenly he became a skill damage party buffer. And here you go. He's just on the top in the dark range team. For example, for the Reds, he has been rocking it with Claude and with Camel and with Stinia and with... and there are many substitutes. You can use Arabelle, you can use many more units, and Camel also as well, Nari in it, but he's all around in the team now. He's a staple in the dark range team, so very useful for your PvP, for your Colosseum, for the Reds, and for the PvE. So that's why he's here. One of the best to me here. This is my opinion, share use. You need to pull on if you don't have any tank yet and you're a beginner and mid-game player. Now we are going to talk about the Reds in switching to the next, which is the first Corp. So the first Corp, I'm going to make it very short. Here, she's just absolutely amazing. So when we start with Arena, I've seen, and you can find yourself, a lot of Korean, top 100 Korean players, you know, just pull out a lot of videos on YouTube. You can follow us, but I've seen the leaderboards and she's all across. So in Arena 101, she's great. She's not, you know, overbroken, of course, and there are still some other units that can do the same job, but she's just great. But when it comes to other type of team deathmatch and other random things, she's just all over the top 100. She's used in every single PvP mode and successfully once again. So strong in Arena. In the Colosseum now, it's a very tough topic because, as I mentioned earlier in the video, the Colosseum has a very stiff meta. There is just few options, and I spoke about one of them, which is the Craig, the Ray, the Parvati, and whatsoever, and this and Beth also as well, we mentioned early on. But it's very hard right now for her to shine because we have also some FP with Ileana type of base team and with Miya all around also as well. But aside of the top 100, I believe for budget friendly, for beginners, mid-game players, if you build up Craig and Karina, you put Miya and you put First Corp, and you have a very strong early on Colosseum team that can climb the ladder. Aside of this, as I mentioned for the Reds, is just insane in the meaning of now you have Claude leader, you put Kamel, you put First Corp, and you put also Ogma, and this is by far, from everything I've seen, the top damage lately in the reds for the dark range team comparison. Of course, you can switch out, for example, Camel, you can put, if you want to, Nari, or you can put Arabelle also as well. But first Corp is definitely a red unit, strong red unit for the dark range team, hands down. And on the PvE side of the thing, she's amazing because of that AoE that can decrease defense. And this is priceless, so in the story she's just amazing, and all of the type of PvE content in the dark range team, or even in other, not dark range, in other range team, she's so helpful. She really helped to increase that damage. She has such a strong sustain, a good range and good area of damage. We spoke about it in the video 10 days ago. So here she absolutely deserves to be in the best all-rounded units here for this banner, in my opinion. And finally, Miya in here. So why Miya? So maybe you haven't followed me for 3 years. I've been covering this game, but to me, Miya has always been one of probably the best support in terms of healing in the game, hands down. And for one reason: she can remove negative effect on every skill, on the normal attack, on the chain skill. She can also heal tremendously. Of course, now there is Karina that is coming and is very strong, but Miya isn't, of course, optimal for Arena 101. However, for Team Deathmatch or for 3vs3 whatsoever, she's such there. You can look at the leaderboard, top 100. For the Colosseum, same, always in the top 100. And for every type of PvE except for the reds, for example, for the expeditions, she is there. She provides such a sustain. And I would say, especially for beginners, oftentimes people advise you, oh, you should go, first early on, you don't need the tank, which to me is okay, because when you pass World 10, you can get Future Princess, but you are going to struggle on the way if you don't put a defense party leader or HP party leader in your team. But after that, to me, having Miya, it's like cheesing the game. It's just, you can do without her, but if you have her, you're gonna climb so much faster, because you're gonna unlock the later stage in every single tower on the 100 and 100 of floors. You can see she's out there. She provides so much sustain, so you're gonna get much more rewards, especially if you have F2P, and progress much faster in your story. So this is why, to me, she has a spot also as well here on the best all-rounded unit. So please let us know in the comment section below what are your best pick. Overall, I would say if you have to pick one unit to start with, well, go all in first on the first Corp. She's a brand new unit. She's just, once again, amazing all across the board. For early, mid-game player, you are covered. She's doing so well. Great sustain, great damage, and great team utility in decreasing those defense on the AoE basis. So this is it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to destroy that like button, subscribe to the channel to support your boy in 2023, and a special message to all of you, yes, you who are still at the end of the video. This is very rare on YouTube. People, sometimes they just quit once they get the piece of content. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming over, for sharing your experience, your recommendations, suggestions, opinions in the comment section below every single time to all the players. This is really priceless to me, because I love making content, I love creating videos, but what I love the most is the interaction within the community and with the community. So every single time I open the comment section below, and lately the channel has been growing tremendously, and I'm very grateful for that. So let's try to rock that 5,000 subscribers together. And yeah, if you were still here at the end and you are hearing that message, feel free to hashtag I am here. Then I know you heard those words, and I'm very grateful to you. As usual, I wish you all to be safe, to be well, and until the next, stay tuned, everybody.
Supposed to